Hey guys, welcome to the Stu Sells team's brand new listing. So go to stewsells.ca, see all the photos, the videos, and give me Stu a call for a personal tour.
And good afternoon and welcome to the 2023 Stu Sells 1824 Halifax Classic at the Halifax Curling Club, brought to you by Steel Subaru, Neon Train, and Stu Sells Realty Team. Well, we're down to two teams, Selina. The men's final between Team Asselin and Team Mooibroek. I'm Hugh Avery, and with me is Selina Thompson. We should have a good one today, Selina. These two teams have been probably the stars of the field, I would say, so far.
Yeah, Hugh, I'd agree. We have Asselin coming in straight to the semifinal. They had a 4-0 round robin record. They played Team Matt Manuel in the semifinal, just a short finishing about an hour ago.
Right.
And Team Mooibroek coming in with a 3-1 round robin record, tied for first with a number of teams, but they got the berth to the semi because of their draw to the button and head-to-head records. They played the semi this morning versus John Epping. John, the defending champion, but we'll have a new men's champion this year.
It'll be interesting to you pointed out, Selina, that Team Asselin just really kind of getting off the ice not too long ago, whereas Mooibroek made short work of John Epping earlier today, and I think 6 ends, that one finished early. So the Asselin's probably played about twice. Their game was twice as long, so it'll be interesting to see if that has any effects physically, like what the sweepers are, what the condition and stuff like that is for them. So.
Well, they went up and got food right after. Fuel yourself first, and then relax for a bit and stretch again. Why was their game so long, Hugh?
Well, something I've only seen twice now, and ever watching curling and all the curling matches I've seen, it went into a double extra end. So Felix if you didn't see it, what happened? Felix was playing Matt Manuel. Matt was line 2, and Felix had 1 at the back, and Felix had to play big weight, and he blasted the 2 off. His shooter rolled out, and one of the Manuel stones caught his rock at the back, and he basically took all 3 out, and his shooter rolled out, so nobody scored. It was a blank in the extra, and then in the second extra end, Matt Manuel made a pistol on his first, and Felix had to make a really tight double, and he made it, and it was a long double, and he had to get by some stuff out front, and made no mistake, and made his way, punched his ticket to the final.
So just a short break, and Asselin's back out because of their round robin record. Got hammer. Got the yellow stones. So Team Asselin throwing yellow, Team Mooibroek with the red. And why don't we introduce our players out on the ice as we see the second lead stone coming down from JF, or Jean-Francois. Team calls him JF Trepanier. Emile Asselin at second, Martin Crête third, and Felix Asselin the skip. You see him back there on the hack. And for Team Mooibroek throwing the red stones, we're on to second stones. This is Nathan Steele. The lead, who's already thrown, Wyatt Small. Third is Scott Mitchell. And the skip, Sam Mooibroek. They play with a 5-man rotation. Colin Schur isn't here right now. Probably happy his team's in the final, though.
Surely he's watching. Is that a bad pun? Or no?
Surely.
This isn't the only final on today, Selina. There's also the women's final, and so if I was a betting man, this was what probably the final I would have predicted on the women's side. Team Taranzoni against Team Jennifer Jones. Jennifer Jones' team being skipped this weekend by Chelsea Carey. So probably the two top, well, not probably, the two top teams coming into the event and made no mistake and made it to the final. I think Taranzoni's undefeated. Jones had one hiccup along the way against Team Constantini, but...
Top 4 foot. Sweepers are saying back 4, as you can hear. I've been very impressed with this front end all week. Really, a lot of good communication, and they are right on their weight calls.
Let's try.
Just about all the time.
Okay. All right.
Not bad. Not where you'd have preferred up high, and still an opportunity for Felix to get his deuce here. You can put one up at the top of the button.
Yeah, it would be pretty critical to not come back to that stone. I think Sam would lay one on top, and he'd be forced or even give up a steal. So this will need to be perfect.
Yeah, if he comes back, we'll call it the Great Wall of Halifax, because you won't be able to put one on top, and it's not going to go anywhere. So Felix, Felix and his brother just came back not too long ago from the World Mixed Championship, where they won the bronze medal. Lost their first game in the semi. That's tough. But represented Canada very well.
Yeah, it's been they haven't played as many games at home in tournaments, but I think a big part of the reason was prepping for the mixed worlds. Right. So we'll see them get a few more games under their belt. They have an amazing win-loss, though, for the season in competitive games. They've only played 16.
Yeah.
As we see Felix's shot. Oh, they wanted a foot lighter. They've had a 16-game competitive set at a record of 13 wins, 3 losses.
Wow.
81% win rate.
It's not too shabby.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not so bad that they played as many. Or maybe prepping for Worlds made him better.
Significantly slower than Felix's do.
Great showing.
So Sam's gonna put one right up top there. He doesn't want to bounce. He wants to freeze right up to it and try to keep force. Not sure if he can get shot out of this or not. Selena, I don't think he can. Can't see any of our monitors. Tell, but
it looked like he probably can't get shot, but that they won't be worried about that. The force would be great.
Force would be what he was looking for. Wants to bury it though, because I think there's a possibility, a big weight shot that Felix could score a couple here.
I had softer release. Top 4. We gotta go top button. Top 4.
They think this one's a little light, so they're going hard. You can see the path it's taking. It's curling a lot. It's
really
lighter.
Curling, isn't it? So he doesn't take away the draw that Felix just did, and so Felix is tapping to where just touching that button, and he will be able to get his deuce.
Yeah, unfortunately for the front end, Wyatt and Nathan just couldn't keep that straight enough with the lighter weight. It's really curling. We've had beautiful ice conditions all week, but sometimes you wish it was a little straighter, don't you? On a shot like that, when it's just light and the sweepers really can't. They can't hold it.
They mentioned softer release. So what does that mean?
Well, if you count your number of rotations on the stone, you might be letting it go with a little less of an emphasis, and you won't get as many rotations, and the rock will grab or curl a bit more. Sometimes softer release doesn't mean fewer rotations, but it means you kind of helped the rock. But usually it just means a bit less emphasis on the turns.
Not a good clean release, and I think they mentioned that as when he threw it, they thought there was a bit of a soft release, and I'm wondering that. It's part of the reason for the line, and that hangs on there. And
look at that.
It's a deuce for Felix Asselin to start the game with pays off having a perfect undefeated record. Get you that hammer in the first end, and he makes no mistake and gets his deuce.
After one, Asselin will lead 2-0. Mooibroek will take hammer into the second, and my guess, Hugh, is that the sweepers for Felix are okay with not having to sweep that hard on that last one.
I think it's pretty good. Speed wise for the win.
I think they're pretty fit guys. I think they can go another 10 rounds, another 8 rounds, I guess.
Down that spot for now.
But yeah, I'm sure they'll be relieved because the shot for them to win, Selena, you saw it. They swept from one end to the other.
They made it though.
They did indeed.
Looking for top 4 foot.
Yeah. Thanks.
So this game's worth $2,500. Selena, the winner, both of them have guaranteed $5,500, making it to the finals.
Things flying all right.
The winner's going to take home, though, $8,000. The runner-up gets $5,500. Total purse on the men's side, $25,500, and the same on the women's side. So $51,000 purse. Great event for Atlantic Canada to offer such good prize money for these teams. No surprise that we get some of the top teams across the country here, and actually top teams around the world who are here as well. So,
yeah, like we mentioned on the women's side in the final, 3rd and 4th ranked teams in the world on the World Curling Tour rankings. These two teams, and you and I were having a discussion earlier. Mooibroek ranked 36, Asselin ranked 45th, but that's on points. Sometimes some people are looking at it a little differently, and I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's your record against the top teams, the head-to-head records. They're all very good teams in this field. It's had great games all week. It's nice to see here in Halifax.
yeah, it's great to get teams of this caliber.
Corner guard up from Mooibroek, 2 stones in the rings for Asselin, both on the center line. Stone on the button they would have liked a little bit higher. That's almost going to be a catcher.
Oh, tons of room.
Need this one to slow down. This is not curling. Just gave it that little extra.
A little extra, yeah, and that's going to go right. It might hang on. It's going to hang on, but not where they wanted it. You know, it's funny. You mentioned Team Terranzoni. I don't know if they're number 3 or number 4. I think they're 3.
Yeah.
But you know, when it comes to rankings, that's all well and good. But they've won the past 4 World Championships, so that's not too shabby. So that's a. And I think Alina bets that she's won the World Championships 5 times. Once as the she's always been the last stone thrower, but called the game in 2015 was her first World Championship. So Felix takes that out there. So Sam's is going to try to put another one back and put it in the right spot this time.
15. Yeah, it's good. I just gave it too much.
Good acknowledgement there from Wyatt. We just threw too much weight.
Yeah.
Speed's fine. My mistake.
Oh, T. Back T. Back T.
And we do have the women's game if you do want to switch over to the other feed. Jane and Mary Sue have the call on that, where Terranzoni took a single in the first. I think did Jones have hammer in that?
Not sure who had the hammer.
Either way, 1-0 for Terranzoni after 1.
That one really curled, Selena. That one now is actually number 4. Little warm as well, but it also curled like just, I mean, it popped out 2 rocks on the other side of that corner guard now. Or maybe a rock and a half.
We'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, so Felix, this is the rock that gives him trouble, is this guard, so he's going to ask his brother to get rid of that one. Just cleaning, and no mistake there.
Team Mooibroek, I think, realizing, hey, we're 4th shot. Is that corner guard gonna help us, or do we play a little bit of cleanup here and try and get out of this end?
All right, Nate. Make a good one.
Cleanup it is. Can you get all 3 yellows moving if you play this just right?
We're still in the second stone, so I don't mind cleaning this up. You know, blank is not the worst thing, but you don't want to give a steal to Asselin. A little hard on this one, though. It's moving a little bit. Might get the back one, or straight jam.
Too bad to lose the shooter on that. They would have liked to keep that around, or at least remove 2 yellows. But the jam on the back's unfortunate. And for Felix, the red's not a huge risk, but with no guard out front, don't really want to take chances. Just play the hit.
He could play the center line guard, though, if he wanted to play aggressive.
I like the guard. I just feel like the shot stone's on the button, and it's probably accessible even if there's a guard out front. Yeah. And if you're going to put another one in the rings, like top 12, why don't you just hit the open one?
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I think this is the right call. You're up by 2. If you hit this and sit 3, Sam's got to do some work to.
Look at this.
Wow, they almost overcarved that one a little bit.
Yeah.
They were carving it to get it over there. And
I said, oh, they're going to hit it. And then I realized it was like, oh, we're going to roll out.
Yeah, it really moved. That's something we commented earlier, is that once you start, someone says, knifing it over there, you got to be careful.
Sometimes you commit to a carve and it works, and you forget that you don't have to keep doing it either.
Yeah. So Sam would be looking to get a hit and roll in front of the yellows, or a double.
This is firm.
I think this is
easy control. Easy control.
Trying to hold this high, that center line. They wanted a roll in front of the back 12 stone.
Okay.
So Felix will be looking for a little roll himself, but the other way, trying to keep those rocks as far apart as possible and putting the force onto Sam. Just throwing a control weight. Need this one to curl a little bit. A little bit of a roll. Good shot.
Good shot.
We can give him a 4 out of 4 on that, I think, Selena.
Yeah, I think Martin's made everything so far.
Yeah.
So what do you hit first? My temptation would be the same as what Sam's indicating here. Hit the top 4 foot first, pull the play away from that 4 foot. Maybe roll in front of one of those yellows. It's always nice if you can get your opponent to remove their own backing when they hit your shot.
Yeah, I think a little hit and flop over there, roll over there would be quite good, and just want to make Felix shot a little more tougher, right?
You can play this 2 ways. You could play into the rock, which is the out turn that Scott's throwing, or the in turn. This will give you the better roll, but it's harder to manage, harder to control.
Right.
So if you're a little too thin, it's just going to spin out from under, or you might not get the angle perfect. The flatter roll sometimes is hard to control because it doesn't curl enough. but I'm seeing this team tend to favor curling into the rock and then spinning off at the steeper angle.
So I think this might go right through the hole. And I think it was really important to stick around there. And now you're going to give Felix a free draw. Gets to practice his draw weight and then also spread the rocks wherever he wants them. And then no surprise, he's trying to put this on the other side. Wants this to be shot. Top 8, be perfect. He's saying T line. I don't mind it'll be a little bit above the T line. You notice both Felix and his brother Emil, correct? I think.
Emil, yeah.
Emil and his brother Felix both use the stabilizer when they throw.
Yeah, I remember. I haven't seen Emil just because he wasn't the same age going to juniors, but Felix was always throwing with the stabilizer. He's got a custom one.
He does. That's
Oh, there.
Seems to throw pretty good with it.
Yeah, not too shabby. My stabilizer doesn't work nearly as well as his does.
It's definitely the stabilizer's fault.
Mine's not customized, so maybe I need a...
Oh, that's your issue.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the issue. It's clearly a stabilizer. Or the hands attached to it.
It's like when you play golf and you just don't make your shots because you have terrible clubs.
Terrible clubs.
You just have to get new ones.
New clubs all the time.
Pretty sure it is.
So the call, Sam's realizing, well, I'm getting forced.
Yeah, so...
Let's get forced to make a shot, so maybe get a couple.
let me practice my draw weight here, and if I put the proper angle on this one, if Felix comes after it, you never know. You might get to jam into one of the other yellow stones. And
So they're looking for the freeze on the stone that Felix just threw. If they can corner freeze this, a hit will likely push this into the backing.
just want to freeze just on the inside. Don't want to be on the outside because that'll make easier for Felix to blast away. This one...
It's hittable. It's just a little bounce. You have to be careful, though.
Gotta be
I think
careful.
hit it thin, just poke it through the hole.
Yeah, I think you can hit it just thin enough, poke it through, and
Just pick.
just gotta be careful though. You don't want to hit too much of it. It could come off the yellow onto the other yellow, but I think you can hit it thin enough. You should be able to get it out the back way.
Just wants to hit a quarter of this red stone. Doesn't want to bounce off the back. No mistake there.
Perfect shot. You wouldn't even know it was partially frozen to a rock. They look pretty sharp. I got a bit worried. Would they come out firing all cylinders with probably a long game in the semifinal? Would they still have it in them? It's almost like they haven't stopped since then and still firing quite well.
Yeah, they just took a pause after the semifinal.
Grab a sandwich and let's get back at it. Things are going well, I guess.
Same shot here from Sam, just looking for a single.
Yeah, me too.
They're on this one right away.
They are barely looking up.
They really got to go on this one. This one is going to go hard on this.
Just got to get a chunk of the forefoot.
A little bit of line.
So close.
No, it just comes up light and gives up a steal to Felix Asselin. And It's a bit of a surprise. They had just thrown it, but just came up light, and the front end had their head down right away, Selena, so they knew immediately that it didn't have the same weight, and so and then as it was coming down, it really was curling hard and just running out of rings.
Gotta hit those early.
Yeah.
Not quite enough juice there to get the single, so it'll be a steal of 1 for Asselin. They'll lead 3-0 after 2. Mooibroek will keep the hammer, playing the third end, heading away from us here behind the glass.
So as we're just setting up this end, just wanted to take some time to thank all the volunteers who worked on this event, probably about 50. Teresa Breen led the team, but there's a whole lot of folks who work for a really, really long time. Our staff, Mandy, Kelly, and Adam, who worked a tremendous number of hours to pull this event off. Just getting Nancy Smith and her team trying to get the facility in a condition that would actually be allowed to have people in it to curl. Putting carpet in on Tuesday, and the event started on Wednesday, so we were able to pull that off thanks to Nancy and her team. I look over here, I see Emma Arnold, who has been in charge of the draw. I know how many hours she has put in. So just on behalf of all the members of Halifax Curling Club and curling fans, wanted to say thank you to all the volunteers to pull off this kind of event. It takes a lot of people who just giving up their free time to help. So thanks to all the volunteers. If you're listening, really, really appreciate it.
Voyez-le. All there. Correct.
JF Trepanier. First one went to the button. Oh, back button. Sorry, back 4. I was thinking that stopped sooner. Lays the second one there, so that won't be the team's favorite
Honestly,
pair.
Not ideal, no. But Sam's gonna ignore those and put up in a second corner.
I'll just adjust proportionally. Yeah.
Wyatt Small for his second. He has the corner guard up. Going to come around it. They're just talking about the adjustment to make.
Whoa, just let it sit.
Do I throw the same kick and have a better release? This one has to curl though. Oh, they're doing the second corner. Sorry.
Second corner, yeah. It still has to curl though. Not quite over to be a second corner. Looks like Felix at.
Can't hit it yet though. We're playing with the 5 rock rule, so free guard zone is in play until after the 5th rock is thrown, and Emil up to throw. Well, this is the 5th rock of the end, so he can't hit anything. He could tick a guard, and they did use that actually in the last 2 ends of the semi-final.
Right.
There was a tick shot in both ends, and so the team manual had to steal. It was a tie game, and Asselin had hammer, and in both ends there was a center guard from Team Manual that didn't touch the center line, and so they were able to tick it, and they did in both ends. One, they ticked it so far that it almost went out, and there was a little bit of debate. And in the other end, hit it so full that it punched the stone into the rings and left the shooter out front, but both ticks.
So he puts that almost where he wanted it, so Sam's going to try to move those around a bit.
Soft weight, back 12 was the call here. You don't need to get rid of those yellows. They're actually going to help you if they're in the back.
Going to create that wall effect.
If Nathan can make this perfect, we might see Felix call the peel. Sometimes you can just ignore the stones in the rings.
Yeah, I was going to say you should get a time on how fast Felix runs up to rip off those guards.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Why?
His first indication was ripping the guards, but he's just looking at a couple other things, but I think he's gonna. I think he's got an opportunity to get those two off of there, and
Okay.
If you double them, there's some risk that one of them will run into the rings,
right.
but it would be behind the tee line. And if Emil can throw it fast enough, well,
Yep.
like just spin off everything.
Whoa!
Nope, he just gets the one, but that's okay.
Je savais que je l'avais rentré. Fait que
Got on that a little quick, and
Good result, though. If you're not going to make the double, make sure to clear your shooter. It's the way to miss.
so Terranzoni stole one in the second end on sheet sheet 2.
Just barely too.
I know Chelsea was facing 3 on her last, so.
board. Happy board.
Same kind of shot here, just to move the rocks around. They want to keep this shooter in the rings, though, and get some separation. That looks good. Have they left a double, though?
I think they may have left a double.
It's there. Does it help Asselin to play it? Because you'd have everything behind the tee. And a nice big pocket of Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Might, if you come up a little thicker on the top red, you can clip the yellow at the back. You just got to make sure you lose the red, though.
Oui.
Yeah, he wouldn't be too disappointed if he clipped one of the yellow ones.
Okay.
Because they're not really helping him. They're not going to score for him at the end. They're just going to help.
Very good, Marty.
They're going to help Sam.
Martin's throwing the out turn. He can throw these pretty hard.
Yep.
With no ad. Just easy peel.
RJ.
Oh, does he get it out? He
Gets
gets
enough
out.
of it.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
Actually, the shooter rolled to the back, so they're not making the same pocket that they thought
Right.
they would be making as well.
Yeah. All right.
So is this the same kind of shot? Another, just move things around, make the wall.
Just a little jiggle
Yeah, Scott.
to the back.
Back line.
Just back line.
Easy back line. Through.
Through is the right weight call. They were looking for back line, just through.
Go. Armbud. Gotta go. Good.
I think that works pretty well.
Not a bad little pocket.
Dead nose.
Yeah, this indication is what I see as well. You're probably not popping that red one out, but you can make your life a lot easier by having 3 clustered in the forefoot and
Right.
the red stone at the back house.
Well, if you can drive the red straight back on the nose, there will be a pocket there, but now there will be a yellow one out front. Top
Yeah,
4.
the shooter's the important one here.
Shooter needs to stay.
Contrôle. La seule chose que tu peux faire, c'est la mettre en arrière des. Mais elle peut pas passer à travers. OK. Tu veux jouer comment, Félix? Ben, moi, j'aurais juste noté le. Just dead, not it right here. Oh, oui. Je m'en fous. Quel way tu vas aller là? Control. OK.
Control waits the call. Nothing crazy because Martin's not trying to make a triple or anything like that. Control is a good name for a weight too. It's the weight that you tend to throw and you
Right.
want to control it with sweeping. Just a moderate weight.
Hard. Hard, reste dessus. Really hard, Jeff.
making use of JF on this one. Trying to keep that on the center line, and that'll over curl. Look at that little squeeze through.
Yeah.
We got lucky there.
Lucky is right. That was a miss.
Don't think Martin was out to the broom on that one. The broom was wide of the rock, and he came out closer to the center line. So for Team Mooibroek, you don't want to have a double available on your 2 reds, although I don't think that back one's going to be a counter.
On top's pretty good. Yeah.
Looks like we're looking for another back house. Punch a yellow back. Make the wall. The goal for Team Mooibroek is to have some shot here where Felix can't sit 2. This has to cross the center line. They want to touch the yellow stone.
Not bad.
That works. Can't really hit that red stone that was just thrown first. It's probably not going to go out of the rings. It's just a little bit offset from the yellow behind it. Felix is looking at hitting the yellow first, maybe doubling off the reds. I actually really like that. He can throw the weight. He's been throwing a ton of weight this week. And I'm assuming in every other game, but I've only seen it this week. It seems weird to hit your rock first. But anything else, I think you're just adding to the wall at the back. I'm also looking at just picking that red out. Just think you lose the yellow behind it, which would be good. And the worry is that the red doesn't actually leave the rings.
Just doing some checking on Martin Creed. I knew he skipped before, and I wondered if he'd won the Canadian Junior. I knew he was close. He was runner-up in 2002 and 2003. He also skipped Team Quebec at the 2004, 5, and 6 Canadian Junior Championship, finishing 6th, 4th, and 4th. So, he never won, but was runner-up twice.
It's hard to do, it's hard to win. It's hard to come runner-up twice.
Yeah.
It's hard to do top 3 at the nationals for the juniors. So they elected to try this pick. Going to lose their own. This is so thin. Oh, it went easy.
What a shot.
I thought that was harder than that.
You can hear the sighs of frustration from Team Mooibroek. You know, just when you think you got a chance, Felix makes another spectacular shot.
I just got to make 2 perfect to start next end. Hope that's good enough. What?
Wyatt, you're saying what we're thinking.
Yeah. There's.
I know, but they might think about things more if they're dead perfect. Yeah. Just bored?
It's you know, when you play against a team that just isn't missing.
Gotcha.
Right.
It's
a bit frustrating.
It's hard on you.
Yeah. At this point,
These guys do it to other teams
that's
too,
right.
though.
That's right.
So.
Well, that was like this morning with them in Epping. Like they couldn't. They were just making everything, and Epping struggled, but these guys were making everything. So poor Wyatt, I think, he said just got to make his shots a little more perfect. So don't be hard on yourself, Wyatt. The Asselin's team is here to play today.
Solid board. Nope, board. It's good board. It's good board. Really hard, Nate. All right, bud.
Want to keep that shooter.
Okay.
They were trying to roll the other way.
So he has a shooter, and Felix will want to hit and stick, and the force will be in play.
Yeah. Goal. Okay.
This is an easy shot compared to Felix's first.
That isn't the case. Very often these easy ones are a little tougher than those. Sometimes you just see a really tough shot, you see it, right? And your skip sees it. You just got to let them throw it. And then these easy ones, sometimes you're not focused as much, and each and every shot, even if it seems more simple, you still got to focus.
Did I curse him? He really poked that one out to the broom. It looks okay.
He'll stick around.
No issue.
So another draw for Sam. He'll be wanting to draw to get his single, and mission accomplished for Team Asselin.
Okay. Full 8 or better? Yeah, full 8. All right, pin it, bud. No, not much since the last draw. Just a sliver more than that last would be really good.
Says the sweeper. I just don't want to sweep it end to end.
Says the guy who had to sweep it from end to end the last time.
Give me 3 feet.
Give me 3 feet more. It'd be perfect.
Probably gonna want to go at some point. Wait, let's just get it right. Let's get it right.
Looks pretty good on its own, doesn't it?
Yeah, they should put their brooms down just to keep that clean. I would.
Should be there.
Well, they backed away. It should be fine.
It's not light.
It's not
Made it
light.
there. Good for the single.
Yeah.
And so on the board now with 1 point. And Hammer will switch back as we go into the fourth end. Team Asselin will have Hammer, and they're up 3-1 in this final of the Stu Sells 1824 Halifax Classic, presented by Steel Subaru. You see there Neon Train for the women's event, and the Stu Sells Realty team. And maybe a good time to talk about the Stu Sells Realty team, Hugh. They have a series of 8 events, and this is the Atlantic Canadian version. 6th year.
Yeah, they started off with a few events, and now it's grown to, what is it, 8? Did you say 8 events now?
8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like the same as that.
Yeah, started in Ontario.
Yeah,
And
the second one I gave you
Stu
last time,
Sankey is the namesake of the Stu Sells Realty team.
Okay.
He's a real estate agent. He has a team of agents in Toronto area, and so that's why you're seeing his ads. But puts on these events just for teams to grow and develop. He's also a wonderful sponsor of a number of developing teams. We've seen his logo on countless jerseys out here today.
And Stu has a connection down east. I think that's part of the reason. He went to St. FX, same time I did. He was there a little earlier than me, but we were there at the same time at one point. So he has a connection to Atlantic Canada. So
I did not know that was the connection.
Yeah.
What I understand is he's an avid, enthusiastic curler, and so has chosen to put on these events to help the other curlers.
Yeah, he really enjoys coming back this way. So he was pretty excited to have an event of his series down out east in Nova Scotia. So we always like being affiliated with that whole series. It's how many teams do you see out there now with Stu Sells on their jackets? So Stu does a lot of puts a lot of support into the sport of curling. He really loves it, and so it's great that we have him here as part of our sponsorship for this event. Firm believer of allowing these new teams, these younger teams, to play some of the top competition, and recognizes that you need that to. You need these younger teams to play tough competition to grow the sport and continue to, stay on top of the game.
We see him there on Nathan's sleeve on the right side.
Yeah, yeah. I know both Matt Manuel's team has the Stu Cells logo. On Purcell's team has the Stu Cells logo. Some of the
Thompson, they do.
Thompson does as well.
Yep.
There's a few of the women's teams had Stu Cells on their jerseys, and then there's all the teams that are not here as well.
Of course.
So
this contingent is largely just an international portion. A couple teams from out west, largely in East Coast, Ontario and East teams that come to this event.
yeah.
We featured from literally across the world this week. It's been really nice.
Yeah, we try to when we set up there's sort of some guiding principles of the tournament that we save spots for teams from New Brunswick, PEI, Newfoundland, and Nova Scotia. There's a certain number of guaranteed spots based on ranking. Then we save some spots for non-Atlantic Canadian teams, but Canadian. And then we have some spots for non-Canadian teams as well, trying to get that whole flavor of, sort of the guiding principles of when your dad thought of having this event, where some of the ideas were to get some teams from ensuring that you had representation from all sort of three groups. So we continue to do that. Traditionally, we always have teams from Atlantic Canada. Disappointed we don't get a lot of teams from PEI. Suzanne Burt has been here for the first 2 years that the event existed, but she stepped back from the game this year. And on the men's side, we haven't had an all, I don't think, pretty sure we have not had a men's team from PEI, which is pretty disappointing that we're not getting a team from PEI to come to this event. It is the premier Caspiel in Atlantic Canada, and there's some good teams out of PEI too. So
Good.
and there's always a spot saved for the top ranked team from PEI. Just they haven't utilized it, and so we kind of just move it on to the next another team from Atlantic Canada
Walk out.
So you're knocking on their door and they're not opening it just yet.
So if anybody's listening from PEI, just to let you know, we'll have this tournament again next year, the men's and women's, and there will be a spot available to the highest ranked team for sure, and maybe even more. So would be really great if we could get some teams from PEI here. It's you often hear people talk about, well, there's not enough events, Curling Canada or other people need to do things to help grow the sport. Well, folks, here's a tournament.
Come to them.
You have to take advantage of the work that people are doing, and if you don't, then it's a this may sound bad, but it's a story you can't be using those lines, because there are tournaments available. Hopefully I didn't lose a lot of friends from PEI on that statement. But, always have a good contingent of Newfoundlanders who come to the tournament, and there's been some teams. Grattan and Jones have been here multiple times from New Brunswick. Andrea Kelly has been here. She changed her team around. Stacey Curtis has been here multiple times.
Oh, rough on that center guard for Team Mooibroek. It seems like they can't quite buy a perfect shot today or this afternoon.
Yeah, it's like a different team than when we watched this morning, right? And this morning they weren't missing much, and just not on the right side of it today.
Yeah, they're still communicating and trying to figure it out. It was just they were figuring it out this morning and went in with felt like more confidence with each shot, where now it's a little bit more of a guess. Different set of stones. They were really comfortable with the stones this morning, and had played on that sheet a couple times. So for Asselin here, they're up 2 with hammer. They're trying to keep things clean. They had a nice shot on the last one, Femimil. Looking at the run back again here. No? Hard to tell. This is soft weight though. Maybe it's soft weight tap back. Surprised he's not playing bigger.
Close. No.
Oh, that's so nice.
Nice shot.
Look at where the raised rock ended up too. It's under the guard. Really hard to get under the nose of it. Wow.
Double is there, but he's not going to, if he makes a double, he's going to be wide open. The Asselin team, I didn't get to see their whole game, so maybe they played like this morning. But this is what Mooibroek's team looked like this morning. I think you can see like, I don't know if it resonates online if you see it, just the confidence when they're walking and like the demeanor of the two teams is very, very different right now. And you can see here and see some frustration on Team Mooibroek just coming up on the wrong side. And that's a combination of just a couple of misses and Asselin's team not missing anything. So,
yeah, you're good.
So made the double, but wide open.
Still have the guards.
Yep.
So they'll probably look for a roll at some point, but Asselin may do that first. What do you think, Hugh? Would you roll wide side?
I was just going to ask you the same question. I like the rolling the wide side. I think, the guard is not too tight. I think Mooibroek would have to make a perfect buried rock. Otherwise, I think this is the way that Felix is throwing. I think he could get around most things with just that quiet tap back. So I like this one better.
Or a nice run. They're very good at those up-weight shots, the whole team.
Yeah, that is, and it is yellow. It is his yellow stono front that he can be willing to run it back if he buries one too perfectly.
I think they're gonna have to switch here. Oh, they're getting the roll.
Not the full roll, but he gets some of it, and Sam will be he'll be trying to get the roll back.
It's a hard position for Mooibroek. He's down 2 without, but you can't. If you're down more, you just play the come around and you risk and you hope for a mistake.
Right.
You're at that point where you can't just.
Right. But you're still within 2, and you don't want it to run away. Whereas if you're down 3 or so, or late in the game, you got nothing to lose. You just go for it, all in. And he's not at that position where he can go all in yet.
So the soft weight hit and roll. Once they know it's by the guard, and we're getting a sweep for curl here. Watch the shooter. Gonna roll too far.
A little big.
It's okay. They kept it in play.
Yep.
And now any roll is going to be a little deeper in the rings and might be more accessible around that center guard.
L'autre, j'ai eu 10. C'était un bon contrôle. Bumper weight.
So looking for a little hit and flop behind the center guard. Be interesting if he flops a little on the outside. What does Sam do? Go after the wide open or come around? And he doesn't want to blank. You don't want to run out of ends.
Same question as we were having our discussion on the last shot. I think they'd have to hit it, although this is the other version of that.
This is the opposite version. Now we'll see. And
playing with a lot if we do that, but yeah.
Playing with a loss if we do that. They feel like if they give up a couple, it's going to be hard to come back from.
Yeah.
Just a different feel when it's a top 8-foot Yellowstone versus a back 12-foot Yellowstone. If they leave a piece peeking out on this side,
you could set up the jam. So he's
if we're going through the middle, high 14.
He's pushing his chips in, betting them on this one.
Yeah, it's like proportional to that last draw he threw down this path.
He makes it too perfect. I think you'll see Felix just running the run back. And then Sam would have some real decisions to make.
All right, there.
There right now.
He wasn't as positive.
T. Coming down.
Yeah, I think
they like it a little higher than T.
Close to going.
Don't want it. T.
T.
Now they have to stop for curl.
It's going to over curl, I think, Selena. I think it's going to pop out a little on the other side. And Felix can see that. And
it's not a big kick, eh? Yeah.
Okay, on reste proche les deux. Ouais, mais joue à Quake, là. On reste close.
Hack they're talking about to get this. I think Felix could see a third from the hack. Kind of where we're looking at on the camera here.
Yeah, I think you can see at least a third. You might even see even a little bit more, but at least a third. If you get the hit and roll, Sam's going to have to make a decision as to what to do. Go after them or try to bury one.
That's why this one from Sam, they really would have liked that to be a little higher and only exposed on the other side, probably. This, you've got the corner guard that Felix can hide behind. And he'd be sitting two. I think Sam would be having a tough time playing a draw around a center guard when Felix has two in the rings.
Hack. Good hack. Whoa. Hack.
Emil sweeping to curl. They want to be tighter to the guard than this. Watch the shooter.
Oh, it should still be.
Okay.
It's a bit lucky there.
Bit lucky.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that visible from the hack? I think
I think it should be
Sam
visible.
could see it. Just gonna have to hit it on the nose, though.
It's going to be tough nose. You can. I would say when he's sitting in the hack, it's going to be edge at best.
That might be control ice.
We were seeing this sheet earlier in the week, or at least I was noticing, holding very straight with weight, but that seems to have changed over the past day or so. So this is with a control, a soft hit weight. Trying to control it with the sweeping. Got to make sure you don't baby these. Board is the call.
Solid.
See Wyatt will keep his broom down just to make sure. Now going hard to keep it to nose.
Great
Pretty
shot.
good. They'll be happy with that. Nice recovery after just a few ends.
You could play
struggling.
the peel and
Yep.
blank the end.
Oh, this is a Felix special.
Yeah, this is a Felix shot. He'd be happy to take the blank. Never saw blank coming, but
They sneak up on you.
they sneak up fast.
Hit a bunch of rocks and the blank happens.
But great shot by Sam. That slight stagger gives Felix an opportunity to play the peel here.
Yep. Whoa.
I think it's pretty good. Nice shot, no mistake there. So, halfway home, and we have a 3-1 matchup. Felix Asselin up by 2, keeps the hammer, going to play 5. Some
We'll have a repeat.
This is not wrong, you know. Surprised he didn't take off the tight one, but
Felix is up 6-1. I'm hard pressed to argue with his
yeah, you're right.
strategy today.
Yeah, and it's probably the easier one. Maybe
It's the more defensive call for sure.
Right.
Not much.
The tight one might have jammed into the side
Yeah, you're
12 as
right.
well. We
Yeah.
weren't looking at that.
Got a cross center.
Yeah.
So they're just looking to replace this.
Hard bud.
Yeah, Felix doesn't mind giving up a deuce. So,
Ooh, this one's a little lighter. They cross center though. They got it a little better across the center line. Back one's still exposed.
Great
Half
shoot, Nate.
exposed.
We needed curl.
so we'll peel again. Interesting to see at what point does Mooibroek try to hit and roll off that yellow and bury. Be interesting.
The top 12 foot at the right?
No, the yellow that's number
Or the-
2.
The top 8 foot.
Top 8 foot. Yeah. If he's looking at potentially coming back, but I'm wondering if the The hit and roll is there behind the other yellow one. Could set up a possible 3, or coming this way could set up a possible 3 as well.
We're still on.
Let's actually go look where we should put it. I think this is going to be pretty precise.
Mate rocks. Scott's still got one more to go, but they really want to make sure they make these last 3 rocks count. They know not going to get an opportunity like this every end with a few rocks in play. But Felix has a short run on the red guard. And 2's probably not good enough. If they just take a 2, they'll still be down 3 without really looking to manufacture the 3.
It's not often you say it, but for Felix, a 2's a win. You know, a 2's they'll take that. They don't mind giving up a deuce this end.
Right back.
I just feel like you're grouping them if you're putting them here. Felix is going to run that red back. And if you have something in the forefoot, you could lose both of them. And he's proven the upweight ability. Oh, they're talking about further back, like back 8. That might make it a little less likely to be removed. There's not a good place to hide otherwise, though. No guards other than the center tight guard. Well, let's see if Scott can place one in the back 8 foot here.
I got there.
T-back 4.
So T-back 4 is the right weight. They want it to come back.
Honestly, I think
Back 4.
don't want it. Full back 4. Full back 8.
Oh, let's try.
Curl. Hard Nate. Go. Right there. Good.
Good shot.
Funny, they were thinking back 8, and that really came down in the last 6 feet.
So Felix, no hesitation. He can see it. If it's red, hit it. Now on the women's side, big steal of 2 by Terranzoni. Complete control of that game, 5-1 over Team Chelsea Carrier, Jenna Jones. And both teams are headed to the Sobey Slam. And not the Sobey Slam. What is it? The Pictou County
Coyote
Slam. My apologies. It's Pictou County. If you're in Pictou County, it's Sobey's everything, isn't it?
Yes.
So I think that's Coyote Slam. My apologies. There's a great hit by Felix.
Well, I'll take you.
So for Sam, is now the time to play into the top there? Do you just do the same shot, knowing you'll have a difficult hit on your last, plus whatever Felix complicates things with?
Can you get low, Nate? Like soft, I think you can. Like hack board. Yeah.
Still debate. I don't know. There's no great answer here. That you're hard pressed to get 3.
That's a lot harder.
He's looking at a really interesting shot. You just pointed out hitting half the red, shoots the guard over onto the yellow, and his shooter rolls onto the other yellow, and he could have 3 reds in the rings.
I love it.
Well, I'd like to see it. It'd be the shot of the week. And right now, you got to pull out a miracle anyhow. So why not?
It's a pretty thin quarter.
What about the other turn?
It's an 8.
Easier with the out turn?
Cross face, I think that's a lot.
Yeah, it seems like you can hit it either way. coming into the rock. You don't have to. They're talking about across the face. I just think that's so much harder because you need to hit so much less of the rock to get the angle.
Yeah.
But with a thin, very, very thin, you almost treat it like you're doubling off the red-yellow on the left side of the screen, the ones in front of Mitchell and Small. Right there. Just hit it there.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Pretty standard.
It's amazing that it's there. Sometimes it's like,
No, it's
oh,
definitely there.
Just pray center line's goofy. Yeah, because you can kind of wick off it a little bit.
their other thought there is come off the yellow and try and line up the reds so that Felix jams on something. I just think he's pretty good to get rid of two.
Your speed. Really?
So they've
So we're not going to see the wild double.
I'm pretty disappointed. I
Yeah, I
wanted
know.
to see.
It's
It was a low percentage shot, though. Those
right.
are tough. So the thinking here is to cross the face of the yellow stone, leave the red rock
Come around earlier.
corner buried or corner frozen.
Yeah, just want to get it hits a little low and roll in front and.
I think this would have a good result if it's made.
I got there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Probably the best
I wanted to
option.
see the other shot, but this I think just is a higher percentage. This probably has a higher
Back four.
percentage of success for a 3 than the other one
Back four.
did.
Going hard for line.
Gotta go hard for line.
Dig, 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 dig. Hard.
Got it by.
Okay.
I don't think that top red's going anywhere anytime soon.
Nope.
Good sweep. Don't know what more we
There's some risk with a run of jamming the raised rock onto the yellow stone at the side 12. So Felix is just opting to pick
Just
this
pick
one,
what you can see. And
lose the back one.
Yep.
This is what we call a scoreboard call, isn't it?
It is indeed. Felix will be satisfied with only giving up a deuce. He'll have the hammer playing 7, up by 3.
Jeff.
He takes his own out, but he gets rid of one of those reds, and so Sam will have a free draw for a single. I don't think the split's there for 3. Do you?
I mean, the thin double's there.
The thin double again. You're right.
It's the same shot.
That's the
isn't it?
same shot that we looked at before.
It's for 3.
It is for 3. There's a big difference with 3. Like, in all honesty,
Scott looks thrilled.
if you're going to, I don't know.
Scott's gonna look at it. They seem to have called the draw.
I think if there's a chance for 3, you got to take it. I don't think you're winning this game if you're getting a deuce.
Sam Mooibroek disagrees. He's going to play for the 2.
Sam disagrees. Sam's a better curler than I am, so we'll go with Sam.
I just want to see that shot. I think that's both of us, Hugh.
Yeah, maybe that's it. We're being a little selfish, or I am.
Do you ever do that at the end of an end and you miss a shot so badly that like the rocks are still in the same spot and then you see if it would have worked?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Just even if you throw it from the hog line end to see if it was there.
Full 8 foot is needed here for the deuce.
Looks good to me.
No question. 2 points on the board. Their first deuce of the game. Tripling
So-
their score from 1 to 3 points for Team Mooibroek. They'll trail though after 6-3. Asselin will have hammer in 7.
So, I think if there's a steal, we're going to have a steal or end of game. That's my prediction at the end of this end.
Well, should be exciting then.
And Mooibroek is hoping for the steal. Crazier things have happened, Selena. Steal a 2, steal a 1, steal a 1.
We saw a double extra end today.
We saw a double extra end, exactly.
Crazier things.
So crazier things have happened.
Once again, Wyatt Small leads us off. We mentioned Mooibroek plays with a 5-person rotation. Colin Schur off for the weekend. I asked Sam why. A lot of teams are playing with a 5-person rotation because work and life schedules get in the way, and I guess Colin's got a busy work life, so that's why they've gone with the 5-person rotation. And he and Wyatt swap out lead. And no one else is allowed to have a game off.
That's the rules.
I don't make them.
Yeah, we just report them.
JF Trepanier. One of the few tuck sliders we've seen this weekend.
Yeah, there's a few of them who are playing this weekend.
Top 4.
I don't think my knee would take it.
Sorry, Jeff.
Oh, a little deep.
There's a glimmer of hope there for Team Mooibroek. That one coming deep. They can't quite play into the rings yet. They got to put up another center guard, and they need this one to touch the center line. This is a stage of the game where formerly, when we talk about the tick rule, in any other world, if the no tick rule were not in place, we would have seen Felix call the tick there, I'm sure.
C'était nous autres, Jeff. Tu l'as lancé bien belle. 30.
You got to get this one to the center line, really trying to get that last little bit of curl, but it doesn't look like it's made it. Unfortunately, JF's rock back 4-foot means they probably have to make one a little better.
Yeah. Not touching a broom to this one either, Selena, though.
Through?
It's probably a good time to mention that leads are usually the ones that have to deal with mismatched stones. And JF just given that one a little bit too much. It's good that it went through the rings, though. If you're not going to be in, be out.
It's an easy one to score as well. 0. That's a surprise, to be honest. It's he's curled really, really quite well through the game. A couple of misses late. Advantage Mooibroek. That's all the things that you want to happen when you need to steal have happened so far.
Yeah. So 2 center guards.
2 center guards and one behind the tee.
Back 4-foot opponent, and the other team really only having 7 rocks to play with instead of 8.
Put a couple in there. You might be able to steal a deuce.
See if Wyatt can get this one frozen.
Ready for line. Not bad.
It's a good shot.
Now rip the guards.
No choice, really.
Emile will be asked to give this one some weight. Nope, it's gotta move. Put that out a little.
I think they're trying to make contact with both.
Oh,
there we
good.
go. Making up for that, the draws out of JF there, just cleaning up both. The shooter stays out front, so that intern path isn't there for a draw. They're not so worried about that. They're going to be playing a lot of hits, Team Asselin, a lot of draws and guards for Team Mooibroek.
Draw, draw, draw. Hit, hit, hit. That's what we're going to see, folks.
Looking for this one to be about halfway. Don't quite need that super high guard they had in the last end, and this one looks good to me.
Why?
Is he going to try to run that back in? Not sure. I think just a straight peel.
Yeah, I think you'd risk double jamming
No,
with the
for
run.
sure, yeah.
No question there.
No question on that one.
J'étais attiré.
This looks like another call for a guard. We're not surprised.
I think we said this is what's going to happen, folks. Guard, guard, guard. Hit, hit, hit.
Yeah, score differential really, you'll see ends that it really just takes question out of it. You have to delay. If you're the team trying to steal, you have to delay access to the rings. That's how I like to think about it. And the team that's up points, they know they're getting delayed access, but they don't want to leave anything around that's going to cause them problems on skipper stones. Nice center guard there.
Another peel by Martin Crete this time. Emil did his job.
They throw these so straight with good rotation right at the broom, and really haven't missed many of these at all.
No, I need them on my team.
You call peels?
Oh, we call peels. We call them. Unfortunately, you have to throw those clean as well. Sometimes you get a little excited. So update on the women's game. Chelsea Carey and her squad took a deuce and now trail Team Taranzoni 5-3 after 6.
Just to the logo. We're here past it. Same as his last.
Looks nice. Another
Good.
repeat of the guard. These sometimes are so hard to do consistently, especially as you change throwers. Martin, expect him to have another good peel though. There was a peel in the semi he was throwing. He was trying to connect with something in the rings actually, and it was in the double extra end. And it just, I've never seen his rock come so close to making a perfect shot and missing. It just over curled ever so slightly. Or they were trying to sweep it to curl. They were sweeping either way. And there was almost this like angled line of rocks in the house, and he shot the guard back and it just missed. You thought, oh, it missed that. It's going to hit the next one. It's going to hit the next one.
Missed all of them.
Didn't hit anything. Didn't have that happen today, though. Made the peel perfectly.
So another guard by Sam. I'm going to predict peel by Felix. That's when he proves me wrong.
2, halfway.
For Felix, it's not even that they have to score. It would be huge, but just even if they give up a steal of 1, they're up 2 with hammer. It's so important to keep it clean. And there it is again.
Good.
Peel.
So Felix will make this, and we're assuming he does. Sam's trying to steal 2 if he can, but really making sure he steals 1. How do you prevent Felix from scoring a single? The button's open.
Yeah. You could put a guard on something tight. Felix will probably play a double for 2, but
Need to miss. is
need a miss.
Usually how that goes.
Yeah.
But you can try and make your opponent's shot as hard as possible and higher chance of missing.
What I don't mind is I don't mind coming like on Sam's. I don't mind coming in.
No, I
Right?
think the same. Yeah. If it's on the center line, there's the straight back double.
I want to entice him into the double. That's the chance of getting 2. If he puts a guard up anywhere, Felix is just playing the button for his 1. But if you could say, here, Felix, you could get a chance at 2 if you play the double.
Try and get him to jam it.
Trying to get him to jam it. I'm not sure, like, Felix is going to draw the button or give up 1, and he's okay with that. At some point, you got to steal 2.
Yeah. I think it's not super likely that he would jam if it's on the center line, though, because that's just a straight back double, and it's likely those reds, like not both of them will nut.
You need a bit of a miss either way.
Yeah. Has to be, I think, in front of the red stone, and then the button will be open.
Yeah.
It's slow.
We noticed that today. You hear Wyatt saying 3 9s tee, so the back line to hog line
Yeah, nice and through the
weight.
back.
That's for most curlers, that's nice quick speed, but on ice like this, we've been seeing 420s,
Right.
4 second 20s, so the 3 9 seems slow. Just have to give this one a little extra kick, see if they can put this in the top 8 foot.
Yeah, we can.
Scott's saying it has to curl. They want to cross that center line and get it in the full 8 foot. And it'll cross the line, doesn't quite get to full 8. But not so bad. The draw is a little harder for Felix. He doesn't have the backing on that out-turn side. And Sam's left the jam side of the shot red stone open. But this is that straight back double that we were talking about.
Well, I'm a bit surprised.
No way.
No, I'm a little surprised.
Oh, he's playing this all day. Big weight double?
No, I know. I mean, it is his bread and butter and all that kind of stuff. But this is the only chance he could score 2.
I think this is a hard jam.
A hard jam. Yeah, no, I know, but no, you're probably right. We'll see. I think he'll make the double and prove me wrong. And
I mean, he's hitting the side to jam, but
There
oh
it
my
is.
goodness, doesn't even touch the back one
touch
for
the back
2
one.
points.
wow, that's amazing.
What a shot.
Yeah.
And we have handshakes, of course.
Yeah, that is I don't think too many teams were beating Team Asselin today. They were just on fire, and we had the question at the start of the game whether or not they'd have the energy after coming off a quick turnaround, and certainly the answer was yes.
So congratulations, the 2023 Stu Sells 1824 Halifax Classic champions.
Team Felix Asselin from Quebec. He moves up on the podium from a previous runner-up finish. Now takes home the trophy, and really great to see. Felix has been at this event, I think, ever since it started, with that 1-year exception where he went off to the mix. So great to have Team Mooibroek. They played really, really well, and just were on the wrong side of the inch today, and played a really tough opponent in Felix Asselin. So stick around or switch over to our other feed. You'll watch the women's final, and want to thank especially Steel Subaru for the sponsorship of our men's division, and both our other sponsors, Neon Train and Stu Sells Realty Team. So I wanted to thank Selena Thompson for putting up with me again on this draw. It was a pleasure. And our 2023 champions, Team Felix Asselin.
My pleasure, Hugh. Congratulations, Team Asselin.
Thanks, Selena. That's fun.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu Sells team's brand new listing. And you know what? I want you to all out there to stop the whining and the complaining. Ooh, interest rates are so high. Ooh, I can't get in the market. Because Stu's gonna tell you now the secret to get in the market is to start in a unit like this. This is a perfect 1-bedroom. It's gorgeous. Laminate floors throughout. Brand new stainless steel appliances. Look at all these windows and the light. Beautiful kitchen, gorgeous bathroom, parking locker. You know what? You get in the market and you hang out here for a year or two. Wait for the rates to go back down. And then you know what? You make $100 grand on this and then you sell this condo and then you go buy your house. Real estate's about baby steps. And you know what? You can't beat this location. We are sandwiched between 2 subway stops. Islington, we got the GO train at Kipling, ton of buses that go everywhere, easy access to the highway to get to the airport, lots of walking stuff to do. There's great parking behind us, lots of pubs, cafes. There's a big Sobeys at the Islington station. There's a steakhouse, and of course, you just go over the bridge and you're in Kingsway Village, my favorite restaurant, Azaria's, that you've seen on our webpage. You gotta start calling Stu, and I'm gonna teach you how to navigate this market, get in the market, make some money, and make your stamp on real estate in Toronto. So go to stusells.ca, see the photos, the videos, and give me Stu a call.